Hi everyone, I'm FMGreeno and welcome to episode 50 of the Greeno Tour, my FM21 European journeyman where I can only manage teams I've seen play live or been to their stadium. Before we get underway today, I'd just like to thank everyone who's supported the series so far. For me to get to 50 episodes with plenty of you still along for the ride feels like a really big achievement for me, so thanks very much. And of course, if you're enjoying this series, don't forget to come and check me out on Twitch too. I'm streaming on Mondays and Fridays, save with Rapid Vienna at the moment, so come and check that out too. But it's quite fitting today, the 50th episode is going to contain our first Champions League action of the series. So let's go and see who's in our group. Well, this is the competitions page, and you can see we have not had the easiest of draws. As I suspected, we were actually the fourth seeds in the group. We drew out Manchester United, Inter Milan, Sparta Prague, which isn't too bad as a third seed, I suppose, and then us, obviously. So we've got to be hoping at least to try and pip Sparta Prague to the third spot so that we drop down into the Europa League. And with a bit of luck, you never know, we might be able to pick one of the top two. Who knows? Things in the league, as you can see, are not going brilliantly. We are sat in 12th after 4 games. 1 win, 2 draws and a defeat. We'll go and look at those in a moment. We've made it through to the next round of the Cup. We will be playing away at Holstein Kiel. Let's go and have a look at that recent form. Well, form has been very, very odd, as to be said at the start of the season. Obviously, you saw the 1-1 draw we had with Eintracht Frankfurt. We then went to Schalke and got absolutely smashed. 5-2, and it could have been 8 or 9. It was just a really poor performance. And then a week later, we put 5 past Bayern Munich. So explain that to me. All very odd. We've just had a 1-1 draw with Leipzig. Again, a game we were probably lucky to get a point out of, to be honest. We didn't play that well. And today, like I say, is the first game of our Champions League campaign, and the one we really ought to be looking to win. We're at home against Sparta Prague. Let's see how we're set up for that. With so many decent options in our squad, there are a few selection headaches. Thielmann comes in to start at striker today. Giorgio Lissi has been starting, but he had a very poor game against Leipzig in the last game, so Thielmann comes in today. Yacarino starts at centre-half. Again, Huang Zhao has been playing, but he's a little bit out of condition. And Guevara has pretty much dropped to third or fourth choice. Batista Meyer comes in on the left-hand side in place of Evina. Other than that, it's pretty much the team you might expect. Maybe Moran in midfield is a little bit of a surprise. But yeah, I'm keen to give him a run. He's a wonderkid. I want to try and get some game time into him. Let's get over to the stadium and hope for a win. Well, I'm hoping for a good performance from us today. As you've seen, our form has been a little bit up and down. But hopefully... Oh, look, Asvani. Do you remember him? The goalie we brought in at Honved. He has moved to Sparta Prague. Nice to see him again. I'm sure we had a little chat before kickoff. Yeah, but Sparta Prague you have to consider as the weakest team in our group, with Inter Milan and Manchester United as the other two. So... yeah, we'll be looking for home and away wins against them for sure. But like I say, our form is very odd. Pretty much anything could happen. You may have noticed also that I haven't brought you any news of the transfer window closing. And that's because I don't have any news. Oh God, we've got to go down. Oh, that's not the start we wanted within 2 minutes. Pretty poor defending. Alex Mariba misses his tackle. Doesn't prevent the cross coming in. Pretty woeful marking, and Pavlik just nods it home from 6 yards. Okay. Work to be done. So yeah, anyway, as I was saying, we didn't bring anybody in at the end of the transfer window. I was a little bit mindful of the Champions League squad selection rules. We didn't really have enough... players that, in terms of the homegrown and homegrown at club. So I only really wanted to bring someone in if I could find someone who was definitely better than what we already had in the starting 11. And there was nobody that came up within budget. that sort of fit that criteria. So we're sticking with what we've got. I think financially it will help the club anyway. So 20 minutes on the clock. We're still a goal down. We fought our way back into the game a little bit by the looks of it. Here's Priska giving the ball away. Karabets attacking for them. Good challenge. Get rid, Gebhardt. Get rid, I said. That's... Oh, goodness me. I thought that was in. I thought that was in. Goodness. Well, that's what happens when you muck around too much at the back. Maybe we ought to go a little bit more directly. Well, disappointed at the way we're not getting any real serious opportunities here. Oh, what's happened there? What has happened there, Gebhardt? That is shocking goalkeeping. You just palmed it into the back of your own net. There was no real pace on that at all. Right, we need to berate the players here, I think. And let's go attacking for the rest of the half. Wow. I was not expecting this today. It has to be said. Just a few minutes to go till half time, and they are going to get an absolute rocket, I would imagine, in the break. This has not been good enough. So, yeah, I think some thrashy arms telling them they're not good enough. Get back out for the second half and do a bit better. Of course, although this is our first Champions League campaign, it's not actually the first European football we've had in this Greeno tour. I don't know if you remember, about 3 or 4 years ago when we were at Honved, we did actually qualify for the qualification rounds of the European Conference League. We didn't make it through to the group stages. In fact, it was a team from Prague we lost to in that. I can't remember if it was Sparta or Slavia. Oh, Jesus, 3-0 now. What is going on? That is just very odd. Very odd. This defending is just woeful. Who's that defender there? Greeno. He might have to come off if he's going to play like that. I mean, he says he's on a 6.8, but the mark in there was absolutely dismal. So what can we do to freshen this up? I think I'm going to go and make a couple of changes. I'll be back in a moment. So we've gone 2 up top now. I've moved Priska up there. Also brought on Skov in place of Man on the right-hand side, and Greeno has gone off. Obviously, he was having a very poor game, in my opinion, at centre-half. And so we've brought Guevara on. Doesn't seem to be making an awful lot of difference, though. So what can we do to sort this out? We'll take pass into space off. We'll go with mixed crosses. We'll hit early crosses, try and get the ball into the box a little bit more. A bit more direct. We'll counter press, we'll distribute quickly. Let's see how this goes. Just a lot of button pressing, really. Some tired legs out there as well. I think it's probably time to make one more change. We'll take Moran off, I think, and bring Smorgol on for him. It's 15 minutes. I can't see us getting back into this. Time for another berate shout, I think. Mariba's on a 6.0. I mean, that's just dismal. Absolutely awful. Well, it looks like our Champions League campaign might be over before it's even started. We're going into injury time here. Oh, it's another opportunity here for Sparta Prague. Work to the edge of the box. Oh, we've blocked it, but we can't get the loose ball. Now we do, though. Batista Meyer gets in, pinches it. Is he going to go all the way by himself? No. Browner gets the ball in. Smorgol off the bench and scores. It's too little too late. But at least it's a goal. Our first Champions League goal of the series. Decent little pullback there by Batista Meyer. Smorgon finds himself in some space about 8 yards out, and a very neat and tidy finish. But like I say, far too late in the game to do anything serious. Finishes 3-1 to Sparta Prague. Well, I didn't want to end the 50th episode on that sour note of our horrible Champions League defeat. Our next league game is against Borussia Mönchengladbach, which is the Rhine Derby. So I thought, let's try and put things right straight away and see if we can get a better result in this. Of course, I've made some changes to the lineup. On both flanks, Evina is going to play on the left. Lissi is going to play on the right. Smorgol, after scoring that goal, comes in the middle of midfield. And Huang Zhao, the Chinese centre-half, comes in place of Greeno, who I think had an absolute nightmare last time out. Hopefully we'll do better today. Let's go and see. So, with a bit of luck, we are not going to play as poorly as we did against Sparta Prague. That was dismal. We've got a 4-2-3-1 that we're up against with Mönchengladbach today. It's a home game. As you can see, we're now sat in 13th in the league. Obviously, a few other games have been played over the weekend, so we've moved down a spot. We really do need to start moving up this table. I'm not sure the board are going to be very happy if our Champions League campaign is not going well and we're also not performing in the league. We are expected to finish in at least a Europa League qualification place this season. Goodness me, what a great effort that was. Almost a goal down in 2 minutes for the second game in a row. Yeah, so the board will start making dissatisfied noises, I should imagine, if things continue much like this. I'm really surprised, though. I mean, I genuinely thought that the squad had been improved over the summer. I mean, obviously, everybody else has a chance to improve their squad, too. Vina, oh, he has scored. Justifying his selection back in the team again today. And that puts us a goal up inside 10 minutes. Well, hopefully that will settle the nerves a little bit. It's a little bit scrappy. Thielmann, that's a nice little ball back to Evina, who hits it first time. The keeper tried to save it with his legs for some reason. Failed to do so. So 15 minutes in. We're definitely having the better of the game, which is certainly a positive. As you can see in the virtual table, we are up to 10th place, which is a bit more satisfactory. Nobody's really running away with things at the moment. Well, you can see Dortmund have just moved up to 13 points. They've obviously taken the lead in their game. So there's still a chance. I mean, it's only very, very early days, of course. There's still a chance for us to keep in touch with the teams at the top. But we do need to put together a decent little run of wins. Thielmann, oh, he's hit the woodwork. Oh, that would have made things a little more comfortable if we'd slotted a second goal there after half an hour. But not quite to be. Obviously, Mönchengladbach not offering too much of a threat at this stage. But we've all seen how quickly that can turn around. It doesn't take much. I think we can be fairly satisfied with our first half performance there. And we're probably going to not go over the top with them. Doing well, but you're capable of better. Let's see if that sends them out with the right attitude for the second half. I hope so. We're building something from the back here. Here's Lissi. Playing on the right today. He is ostensibly a striker, but he is fairly comfortable as a kind of inverted winger inside forward. Oh, there's the second. There's Priska. August Priska. Our Danish signing in the summer. So he had a very good goal-scoring record in the Danish league. Obviously, the Bundesliga is a step up from that. But I'm hoping he can translate that form here. He's good in the air, as that shows. Nice, that's a 2-0 lead. And in fact, a nice little thing I found out while researching him. His dad is called Brian Priska, and in-game currently is the manager of Bournemouth. So, obviously, we'll be keeping up with what's going on at Bournemouth. His dad will be having a chat with his boy. I'll be hearing about it all in training. So, good header clear there by Smorgol. Mönchengladbach still on the ball though, but the highlight comes to nothing. So this is kind of an indication of how form has been this season. Absolutely dismal 1 minute and pretty decent the next. So we could do with finding some kind of happy medium in between, really. And Mariba and Priska are tired now. They're two players who played the full 90 in the last game. So I'm going to go and make a couple of changes. I'll be back in a moment. Get the shape and formation the same. Just brought on Orestano and Lavia to replace the two knackered guys. Hopefully we'll see a fairly uneventful last 20 minutes or so. Brown are the left back and Pinheiro the right back are both a little tired. So maybe we'll make a change there. We do have Denzel Dumfries on the bench who can play either side. So he's going to come on and play at left back for a little while now. Shouldn't really compromise the shape of our back four too much, even though he's naturally a right back. So about 5 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Orestano. Here's Lisi charging down the right-hand side. Can he get a crossover? He pulls it back. Small goal. Thielmann's shot is blocked. And the highlight ends just as Dumfries looked like he was about to put a cross in. Okay, just a couple of minutes left. Could do without conceding here. Cleared up to Avina. There's Orestano. Thielmann is through on goal. Can he finish? He can! Come on, Jan Thielmann. Good lad. So 3-0 with a minute to go. I think we can fairly comfortably say we've got this one wrapped up. That's a bit of a better way for us to end our 50th episode, isn't it? Rather than that horrible defeat against Sparta Prague. For us to come back from that, and turn things around, win the derby match 3-0 is a very, very encouraging situation to be in. And there it is. That is the full-time whistle, and it is a 3-0 win. In spite of our somewhat patchy form, we're up in 10th in the league, which isn't too bad. We're only a point away from the top 4 currently, although a few of these teams up here have played a game less than us, so you'd imagine a couple of them might get a win. In terms of the Champions League, obviously, we're down towards the bottom of the group now. Inter Milan also lost 2-0 to Manchester United. So I wonder if it'll be us and Inter fighting out that third place spot. Who knows? We'll see as the competition goes on. In terms of the schedule, we're probably going to come back for the Man United game, I think, at home. That seems like a decent fixture for me to bring you, doesn't it? Hopefully we won't be horribly out of the Champions League by the end of that. There's every chance we might. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. It was a bit up and down, wasn't it? But at least we finished with a good convincing win in the derby. If you did enjoy it, please drop a like on there for me. Help me get seen by more people. And of course, if you've got any comments about this episode, the series as a whole, or anything to do with Football Manager whatsoever, please drop it in the comment section below. I'd love to see your thoughts. And if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, hit that button and come and hop on the Greenobus. There's plenty of room for you all. It just remains for me to thank you for watching, and I will see you soon for some more action here in Köln. Bye for now.